Hey everyone, welcome back. I am here with David Bosky. He works on staff with me at Firm. I was talking to David yesterday and just getting incredible insight about the names of God and how many times God's name is mentioned in the Bible, and even how the Jewish community here either say the name of God or don't say the name of God. David, I know the first question we talked about was just like why names are important and the identity. Would love for you to speak to us about that.
One of the first things that is important to kind of get some clarity on is we talk about the names of God and we think there are so many, when in fact there's not many personal names. I think we kind of merge titles and names as one thing. But God has dozens and dozens of titles. He's the Lord, or He's the Messiah, or He's Abba Father, or He's the God Most High. But these are all titles that relate to kind of His character. But there's actually only a very few personal names, ones that I think most people would know. But I think that if we understand why He gave us His personal name and how important He wants that to be in our lives and how we use it, it's going to change our dynamic of the intimacy and the relationship that we have with Him.
Wow.
So specifically in the scriptures and just in general, I think names are very, very important because they reflect both your identity and often your calling. They say a lot about who you are as a person. If you look at people like Abraham or his wife Sarah or Israel, God often changed their names and gave them a new name.
Yeah,
and that name is
right.
It's supposed to reflect what He's called them to do and what their identity is going to be. So how much more so should we understand what God's names are and what they mean so that we can appreciate Him better.
You all don't know David, but he loves to ask my children's names. Why did you give their names? And even his own son's names, just the importance for that identity calling. And I love what you said, like God has a name, God has an identity that we need to know. And I know we use those titles and we're constantly proclaiming His goodness and His faithfulness, His fatherhood. What is the name of God, and why don't people here say it? What do they use instead? And how is it referenced in the Bible? And even in English, how is it referenced when the Lord's name is used, but they've changed it for something else?
There are basically, I would say, between 2 or 3 names, personal, proper names that God calls Himself. The first one, most of us probably know as Yahweh or Jehovah. In Hebrew, we say Yehovah. And it's His personal name that He gives to Moses at the burning bush. So Exodus 3, God is now going to send Moses to release His people from slavery. And He's going to well, what do I tell them? Who's sending me to deliver them? And God gives them His name, and He says that His name is Yehovah. And it's the whole chapter is talking about how I am with you. I am here to bless you. I am here to redeem you. And the name Yehovah in Hebrew, it's this, Hebrew is built on these root letters that kind of build a lot of different words. So the name for God, Yehovah, comes from this concept of existence or being. And many people think, and I would agree with them, that it's probably this merging of the 3 tenses of being. So it's was, is, and will be.
Wow, how cool.
It really, it's amazing, because God is saying in essence, His eternality is on display in His name, which if you think about it, if we talk about God as good, merciful, or just, all these characteristics, in order for any of those things to be able to be, He has to always be. So in a sense, every time we say His name, we're not just proclaiming all the things about Him, we're also saying there's this eternality of all of His attributes. He always was good. He always is good. He always will be good. He always was just. Is just, will be just. It's like an outside of time name of His eternal existence forever. So it's really, really beautiful. And it would be a shame that we would miss out on saying that on a regular basis.
Sure. I'm so grateful for David, his background. He speaks Hebrew. He knows so much of the context and breakdown of words. And you're going to continue to hear more from him. I hope you enjoyed that. Read the rest of this blog if you're on the blog. If you haven't found the blog on the names of God and the importance of it, I hope you go check that out at firmisrael.org. But appreciate you all. We'll see you next time.